Hey kids, Peter Von Panda here. Just picked up another Citizen Eco Drive, and I thought you might like checking this out. I picked it up because I actually thought it might make an interesting, be an interesting substitute for a couple of the other Citizens I have to beat around. This one is, it's called a Citizen Toyota GT86. Here's the model number. It's CA 035806E. Basically, this watch comes in 3 different colors. You can see here, I'm going to point out that this kind of metallic pearlescent white sides come in a couple different colors on this particular watch. They're in red and they're in black. I think those are the only 2 colors. It is a limited edition watch, and there are, I believe, 860 units of each of 3 of these colors. Why are there 860 units? Why is there this little tiny, let me see if I can focus it there, that little tiny circle there, which is an 86. It's kind of stylized, so it might be a little hard to tell, all over this. Well, this Citizen watch was made in partnership with Toyota, celebrating their Toyota GT86. Peter Von Panda, what's a Toyota GT86? You say, well, in Japan, it is the same car as what we know here as the Scion FRS, which is basically like the sister of the Subaru BRZ, I believe. So it's the 2-door sport coupe. You know, it's a high output, small motor, fun car to drive. I have never driven one, but they're decent looking, and for a price point which allows for kind of the sports car enthusiasts to enter into that car world, I think you get quite a bit of car. Supposedly very good, very nice handling cars, fun to drive, so without necessarily having a ton of horsepower. Kind of in my mind, maybe a bit of a Mazda Miata competitor. Maybe a little more hotted up than that. But basically why I got this is it kind of met a few criteria. First of all, it's a pretty large watch, 45 millimeters. That being said, it's not a huge watch. And because of the kind of the Coke bottle shape of the watch itself, you know, it's got a very integrated looking band here. The case, you know, everything kind of tapers. It's pretty smooth looking. It doesn't look as big as 45 millimeters would suggest. It seems to wear a little smaller. Obviously, the rubber strap and the black ion plating around the top and the bottom, and this black bezel and the black face, which has kind of a carbon fiber texture. It's a little bit of like a machine turn texture, so I don't think it's trying to replicate carbon fiber, but it's got a little bit of fish scale design to it, is to give it a little bit of interesting finish without impeding on light intruding into that solar cell. So as the Eco Drives are solar powered quartz movements, but it's a nice looking watch, and it's sporty. The reason I picked this up is because I have some of the Citizen Ultracrons. I really like that. This watch does not have kind of those outdoor features with the altimeter and the compass, but what it does have is a nice look that is a good sport watch, kind of casual look, and it actually has some aesthetic similarities to the Citizen Ultracron Cirrus, which I really, really love, but it's a very, very expensive watch. $2,700 for that watch. This watch here retails for $450, and I think you get quite a bit of watch and quite a bit of style for that money. A lot of the same style that you'll get in the Ultracron Cirrus particularly, without paying $2,200 or $2,300 more. Now, like I said, I think there are only 860 pieces of each watch, so kind of get them while they're hot. One of the things I've noticed is they don't individually number them, so there's no number of the series. And the other thing I noticed, and so you can see Toyota 86 on the back there, so that's why 860 pieces, 86 times 10. It does say Citizen Eco Drive on the back, which is actually funny because as I unboxed it, normally on the Citizens, Eco Drives are also branded on the front, and as you can see, this one didn't have Eco Drive branded anywhere. So I was actually a little concerned that this is just a straight up battery quartz watch, and but it's not. According to the instruction manual, which also says Eco Drive, is pretty clear that it's solar powered. It has a chronometer, so this is the start stop on that, and I'll stop. And it goes all the way around what I noticed. So if you're stopping and starting a lot of timing, This probably isn't the watch for you if you need it to fly back to that 12 o'clock position. But who really uses a watch to time anything anymore? Most people use their smartphones. I haven't gotten into all of the details of the other dials. Obviously, this bottom one is a remote second hand, as you can see it ticking on each second. And I wonder if I can quickly give you some more information on what everything is. So it's, the hour and the minute hand, as you can see. Here's the book. So the top subdial is the chronograph minute hand, and this is the 24-hour dial. So what you can see here, let me give her a little wipe. Let's take a closer look here and see what we can see. So I'm going to see if I can move the hour and the minute hand here. It just pulls out, and let's get that hour hand out of the way. So what you've got on this side is 0 to 12 and then 12 to 24. So how this tells you AM or PM is that shorthand is on the inner wheel right now, and so it's telling you that it's reading 6:20 AM. If I were to cycle this sucker all the way around, no screw down crown or anything, you can see that 24-hour wheel spinning and spinning and spinning. When I get to noon here, it's going to say noon, and now it's going to go PM. So that long hand now is tracking the outer wheel, and that's telling you that you're in the 13th hour there. So this 24-hour wheel here, subdial, is very similar to the Tag Heuer WV3010 that I showed you with. It has a 24-hour subdial on the bottom. It works in the same way. And then a date window here. I really like this watch. Like I said, it's actually really light. It's much lighter than I guess I would have thought it was. It looks like the hour markers here are applied. They definitely have shine and depth to them. And it looks like the hour and the minute hand and this 12 o'clock marker have some lume to them. So I'm sorry for the glare on the lens here. I don't know if this has any AR coating particularly, but good looking watch. I think you can, like I said, enjoy this watch without having to worry so much about taking like a $2,000 or $3,000 Ultrachron Cirrus out and kind of beating it around. It's got a lot of function, but I don't know that I would take the Ultrachron Cirrus out on a formal expedition to hike a national park or something like that for fear of just scuffing and scraping it up and busting it up a lot. The other thing I'll point out here is, like this Ultrachron and not the Cirrus, I believe this is just a mineral crystal. So I know a lot of people scoff at that on the original Ultrachron. People were a little sad, but it's domed, so it fits the theme of the watch, or the design of the watch, very nicely. The Ultrachron was just a flat crystal, so it actually feels a little more substantial. It's obviously, I don't think it's double dome because you get a pretty good distortion there on the edge, but that makes it feel a little bit more integrated and kind of more sturdy than the flat, thin, plastic sounding crystals. It has a black, obviously a black rope strap, and the Citizen embossed on the black buckle here. The water resistance goes to 100 meters, and stainless steel construction. So I really think you can wear this around. So it kind of fits a lot of things. It's a large, nice looking watch. Shares a lot of visual similarities with much higher end Citizens. It is not super expensive, so anywhere in the $300 or the $400 range, I think, is probably where you can find these while they last. It's a limited edition. Again, I don't think this is a limited edition that's going to skyrocket in value, but it's certainly going to be more unique and you won't see them as much. So it kind of fulfills a lot of different roles for not a lot of money. So definitely check it out. Citizen Toyota GT86 CA0385, and the last numbers are the different colors, so get them in the color that fits your style. Or if you drive the Scion FRS, I really think you should get this. Why not? Panda out.